Breaking news. A political earthquake shakes Africa tonight. President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso has exposed secret mining contracts that reveal billions of dollars stolen from Africa's natural resources by Western corporations and their local allies. For decades, these contracts were hidden in vaults, signed in silence, and carried out in darkness. But today, Traoré brought them into the light for the whole world to see. The revelation began inside the presidential palace in Ouagadougou. In a dramatic televised address, Traoré displayed hundreds of pages of classified contracts signed between past governments and foreign companies. These contracts handed over gold, uranium, and rare earth minerals for as little as 1% of their real value. Billions were siphoned away every year while Burkina Faso remained among the poorest nations in the world. Traoré declared, "This is not partnership. This is theft. This is modern colonialism." The documents reveal how foreign corporations, many backed by European and American governments, locked African nations into exploitative deals. Entire gold mines were leased for 99 years at almost no cost. Uranium fields, critical for nuclear energy, were handed to French companies under secret agreements that guaranteed them full export rights. Even Burkina Faso's oil reserves were quietly pledged as collateral for foreign loans. Ordinary citizens never knew. Parliaments never voted. These deals were struck behind closed doors, hidden under the language of development aid and investment. Traoré's disclosure has sent shockwaves across the continent. In Mali, Niger, and Guinea, leaders of the AES alliance quickly expressed solidarity. In Bamako, the Malian government announced it would begin its own review of all foreign mining contracts. In Niamey, officials stated that uranium exports to France may be suspended pending renegotiation. The African street is alive with debate. Was this the moment Africa finally broke the chains of economic slavery? Western capitals reacted with alarm. In Paris, French officials denied wrongdoing, calling Traoré's claims political theater. In Washington, the State Department warned of serious consequences if American corporations were forced out of their contracts. But African citizens are asking, what consequences could be worse than a century of poverty while the wealth of the land enriched foreign powers? Economists estimate the stolen value could exceed $1 trillion over the past 40 years. Gold extracted from Burkina Faso alone could have built highways, hospitals, and schools across the Sahel. Instead, it funded skyscrapers in Paris and London. Traoré's speech captured the anger of generations when he declared, "Every ounce of gold taken from our soil while our people starved is a crime against humanity." The contracts also exposed a sophisticated web of corruption. Western corporations allegedly funneled millions of dollars into offshore accounts belonging to African politicians who signed away national resources. In return, those politicians enjoyed luxury villas in Europe, while their own citizens struggled for drinking water. This system kept Africa poor, dependent, and vulnerable to coups and instability. Traoré's message was clear. The time of betrayal is over. The bold move has sparked fears of retaliation. Analysts warn that Western governments may try to destabilize Burkina Faso through sanctions, financial blockades, or even covert operations. Already rumors circulate of foreign agents attempting to bribe officials and sow division inside the country. But Traoré appeared unshaken, promising to defend the sovereignty of Burkina Faso at all costs. "If they come for us, let them know we are no longer alone." Africa is awake. Indeed, Africa is responding. Demonstrations erupted in Dakar, Lagos, and Johannesburg, where thousands carried banners reading, "Africa is not for sale," and "Hands off our gold." Social media exploded with hashtags Traoré, truth, and gold. For Africa now, turning the revelation into a global trend. Many young Africans see Traoré as the voice of a new generation that refuses to accept exploitation. Pan-African movements, once dismissed as dreams, are suddenly taking center stage in the political arena. Summit to discuss the contracts and how-to. At the African Union headquarters in Addis Ababa, diplomats have called for an emergency renegotiate them as a bloc. Some leaders propose forming an African Resources Council to collectively manage gold, uranium, and oil, ensuring fair trade and ending the era of secret deals. If successful, this could mark the birth of a new economic order on the continent. Meanwhile, China and Russia have offered support, signaling willingness to provide investment without colonial conditions. Beijing has already sent delegations to discuss joint mining ventures that keep 50% of profits inside African states. Moscow promised military cooperation to protect resource sovereignty. These moves alarm Western powers who fear losing their grip on Africa's strategic minerals, vital for energy, technology, and defense. Traoré's speech ended with a direct appeal to the youth of Africa. For too long, they told us we are poor, but we are not poor. We are rich in gold, rich in oil, rich in uranium, rich in people, rich in hope. What we lacked was courage and leadership. Today we reclaim both. Stand with me, and together we will write Africa's new story. His words echoed across radio stations, television broadcasts, and mobile phones, inspiring millions. Critics argue that exposing the contracts is only the first step. Canceling or renegotiating them will invite legal battles in international courts dominated by Western interests. Corporations will demand compensation worth billions. Some warn of economic isolation if Africa refuses to comply. But Traoré's supporters insist that sovereignty is not negotiable, and no price is too high to regain control of Africa's destiny. The question now is whether Africa can unite. History shows that foreign powers thrive when the continent is divided. If each country stands alone, retaliation could crush them. But if Africa stands together, the balance of global power could shift. The AES alliance is a start, but wider unity is essential. Will the African Union rise to the occasion, or will it fall into the trap of internal divisions? Tonight, Burkina Faso is at the center of the world stage. One young leader has dared to do what many before him only dreamed: expose the theft, call out the thieves, and demand justice. The road ahead will be dangerous, but the first step has been taken. The silence is broken. The contracts are no longer secret. The truth is out. Stay tuned as we follow every development of this unfolding story. The global reactions, the African response, and the future of Burkina Faso under Ibrahim Traoré's fearless leadership. This is more than news. This is history in the making. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more breaking updates on Africa's fight for sovereignty and Traoré's battle against economic colonialism.